Hi, I'm Blake, and this is the ESP LTD XJ-2. So this is the LTD XJ-2, and I think it's one of the coolest guitars that LTD is making right now, and I feel like I haven't really seen anybody talking about it. So when I saw that they had come out with an offset body, which is something that I've wanted for a long time, with a lot of the specs that I really like in guitars, I just had to get it. And let me do a rundown of some of the specs so you get an idea of how cool this guitar really is. So this comes with a swamp ash body, a 3-piece roasted maple neck. It has a contoured heel. It's a bolt-on neck. It is an ebony fretboard, pearloid block inlays, which I love, reverse headstock, has this really cool brushed black pickguard, Fishman Fluence modern pickups with the push-bolt pot, of course, stainless steel jumbo frets. It's really got everything that you want in a guitar. So before I gush about this guitar, because I do really love it, first I want to get into some of the things that bothered me about it. The first of which being the price. This guitar was $1,700. Yeah, I know, that's a lot, especially for an LTD, but I do love it, honestly. And I do, in my opinion, it was worth the money. But when you buy a guitar at a price point like that, you really are expecting really good QC, really high quality, and it did come with some QC issues for sure. When I first got this guitar, the frets weren't very well polished. They were a little bit scratchy, which is really common, I think, with stainless steel frets because they're a lot more difficult to polish. When I plucked the B string, it buzzed a lot at the nut, which was very frustrating. The pick guard I thought was warped when I first got it. It turns out it actually wasn't. It was just like the protective plastic that they put on the pick guard. It was so tight that it was bending the pick guard. I've never heard of that happening, but that's what my tech told me. So all that's to say that when I got the guitar, it needed a setup really bad. Another thing that I don't particularly love about this guitar is it's really heavy. Like, these things are 9 pounds, which that's like Les Paul level heavy, honestly. And it makes sense. I mean, look at this big slab of swamp ash. This thing is massive. And you think, you know, with a Jazzmaster at least, they have to cut out quite a bit of the wood for the tremolo system and stuff like that. You don't have any of that with this, where it's a hardtail. So it's just a big slab of wood, and it feels like it. Another issue I have with this guitar, and this is a big one, a guitar that's $1,700 and doesn't at least come with a gig bag, that should be illegal, right? We should call the FBI on ESP for that. Especially with this big awkward body shape, this thing doesn't fit into any of my hard shell cases. Luckily, this guitar does fit into my Kiesel soft shell case, and those cases are incredible. Like, they're basically a hard shell. So at least I have one case I can pack this around in. Now for the positives. Once I got this guitar set up properly, it plays like a dream. There's no sharp fret ends, no dead frets, no issues like that. And that's where the QC of this guitar actually, I think, really shines. If all you have to do is get just a normal setup for your guitar to play this good. It's a great guitar, honestly. And I think this heel carve deserves a lot of credit too. That's a question I've gotten a lot about this guitar, is does the bolt-on neck and the heel cause any problems when you're playing up high? And honestly, no. I was really worried about this. I'm a big neck through guy, but playing up high hasn't been a problem at all. And it really is just the little bit that they took out of that heel makes it so much more comfortable. Also, as somebody who really loves neck through guitars, I was really curious how a bolt-on neck would be for playing metal. And I actually really like it. I feel like there is a little bit of a snappier response with the roasted maple and it being a bolt-on neck that I really wasn't expecting, and I really enjoy. And honestly, I love the look of this thing. I love the modern take on a classic design, and I think ESP really knocked it out of the park with this one. I even love the reverse headstock. I know a lot of people have been critical of that, and to each his own, but I really love it. Also, it's a little bit more ergonomic if you think about it. When you go to tune, your hand's already down here. It's a small thing, but it's something that I like. Now it's time for some petty gripes that I have. I love the Snow White finish. I think it looks great, but would it have killed them to make at least like one other finish option? I mean, you can buy an Eclipse and like 400 different options, and they can't make a single other option for the XJ-2. Just seems a little bit ridiculous to me. I think it would have been really cool if they would have leaned into that Jazzmaster aesthetic and maybe had like a Daphne blue option or a shell pink. I think that would have been really cool. Hopefully that's something that they do in the future and offer a couple more options. But for now, I really love the white. I think it looks great. No real complaints about that. And my last petty gripe is really quite petty. It comes with Fishman Fluence Modern pickups, which are great sounding pickups, but I'm just kind of sick of seeing them everywhere. You hear me? Like, anyone else feel that way? They sound great, don't get me wrong. Nothing can chug like a Fishman Modern, in my opinion. But it just would have been cool to maybe have some different options, or just have something that's a little bit different and unique, as opposed to just the standard Fishman that's in everything these days. So, final verdict, I love this guitar. The QC issues were a little bit frustrating, especially for the price point, but once I got it dialed in and set up, this is easily one of the best guitars that I have. It plays so well, it's so much fun, and it's really become kind of my daily driver. Like, I'm playing this thing pretty much every day now. So if you've been curious about this guitar and you're on the fence, maybe I should buy it, maybe I shouldn't, just buy it. Just buy it, dude. Come on. Yeah, it's expensive, but guess what? You'll make more money. Who cares? In a year, you won't even miss that money, but you'll have a year of having played this guitar under your belt, and that is worth it, if you ask me. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'm Blake, and I can't shred.